What if you couldn't fail? Sounds ridiculous, but this mindset will actually grant you this power, and somehow there's science backing it. In 1998, a study revealed how people who looked at failures with a sense of curiosity rather than disappointment performed much better in life, had much more resilience, and became high achievers. I need you to remember this: ERN, error related negativity. And what this simply does is it's like a coach inside your brain, and this coach whistles at you every time you make a mistake and helps you analyze and recover and grow from that mistake. It basically points out, analyzes, and tries to fix the mistakes the next time you do the same task. The higher the intensity of this ERN, the more effectively you will fix your mistakes and grow from them. Now, since this is absolutely natural, this is already there in your brain naturally, automatically, the thing is, it proves that it's actually possible to train yourself in a way such that you start looking at failures with a sense of curiosity and growth rather than disappointment and sadness. Look, every successful person has just one thing in common: they have failed more times than anyone else. Look at each failure as a stepping stone for the next stage you want to level up, and you want to stack these steps up together so that you can form a staircase and go to the next level. It's like bricks, basically. You collect all these bricks in the form of failure, and then you build up this staircase which lets you build a staircase with the bricks, and so you can get to the next level. So don't look at failures like a dead end and like there's no other way and you are just going to be stuck here forever. Don't look at it like that. Instead, just as I told you, look at each failure as a building block for the staircase which will take you to the next level. Imagine yourself at a competition. There's two things that could happen. You can either win or you can lose. If you win, well, congrats, you get to party, you get to celebrate. But what if you fail, you lose? This is where a lot of people break down. And at the same time, this is the point which separates the exceptional from the average. You need to learn, evolve, and analyze your performance, your opponent's performance. Where did you lack and where did your opponent who won excel over you? There's so many millions of variables basically to check after you lose at something, and loss is the only thing which basically gives you another reason to check these variables. Weirdly, if you ask me, I kind of crave losing at this point. Like, I know it's weird, but I don't remember any of the times when I've won. Like, for example, if I win at a swimming competition or I win at an art competition, I remember them vaguely. I remember that I won, I guess, fine. But the true things that I actually remember very vividly, including details such as what I listen to, what I smell, literally all of it, I remember from all the losses that I faced. I remember every moment when I got defeated by some kid at a swimming competition, and I still remember it with extreme details, like autistic, unnecessary details. And in a weird way, taking losses as learning lessons makes you win in a sense, because now you get to look at the data, now you get to improve further, now you get another reason to check all the variables which will allow you to come to a conclusion based on what you did wrong and what the opponent did right. And only when you understand this bit where you went wrong and the opponent went right will you actually get to the next level. This is what I meant when each failure is a block for the next path, for the next level that you want to get to. Once you start looking at these losses as wins, in a sense, like as a learning lesson, you have found a way to find a win even in your losing. And so if you normally win, you win, but if you lose, you learn, and that's a win in a different sense. And so if we use the competition analogy, there's two things that can happen: win or lose. But since you have found win in a loss, you win either ways. In fact, look, a win streak is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of winners failed, but losses at the same time are one of the biggest reasons which created legends. Celebrating after a win could mean overindulgence in bad habits, complacency, whereas when you lose, you actually have enough motivation, have another reason to get to the next level. You have this growth mindset, you have this motivation to push forward and push through all the barriers that are limiting you. Basically, you win either sides. You might win on paper and you get to celebrate, or you might lose on paper but you will win in learning lessons. Internalize this. Failures are feedbacks. Without failures, there's no sure shot way of knowing what takes you to the next level. Each failure will actually indicate if you are directionally correct or not, because being directionally correct is actually what matters. And so failures tell you if your direction is correct or not. Every time you try in, for example, the competition, the more times you fail, you will notice that you fail a little bit less. For example, you are in a running competition, right? And you lose. You come in 6th place. And then after 5 tries, you come in 5th place. And so on and so forth till you reach like the 3rd place, 2nd place. For you, winning is reaching the 1st place. And each time you try, you fail a little bit less as you level up your skills. And if you stay stuck at, for example, the 4th stage, or you grade down from 4th to 5th, well, you are not directionally correct. And so you have to change something in order to grow from 4th to 3rd to 2nd to 1st. Every time you fail more, you need to analyze yourself, and you also need to figure out the points where the opponent outperformed you, how the opponent was training, how the opponent had his diet, how the opponent performed in game, how the opponent did mental work, physical work. You can analyze so many different variables. It's almost crazy to imagine. Look, you won't be able to understand the direction in which you are going. Is it towards failure? Is it towards success? Is it growing or is it degrading? You won't be able to understand this directionalness unless there's failures to guide you. If you keep on winning, you'll be like, I'm the best in the world. This gives you ego but no direction to grow. Whereas if you lose, you have this direction to pursue, you have this growth to pursue, and this gives much more meaning to your life. Look, without pointers, everything is based on luck, and leaving your life position in the hands of luck is not very reliable, is it? If you learn and adopt this bit of mindset, what happens is you will weirdly start craving losses, and so forget about feeling down from each loss, forget about feeling beaten up. You will feel motivated and even more motivated once you face failures, once you face pushbacks, when your audience starts hating you, once your parents tell you not to pursue it. Every time they tell you that, you will feel this motivation that, okay, well, where am I going wrong? What can I do to get to the next level? What can I do to improve and win? Because winning now becomes this urgent thing and this direction that you want to pursue, and the only way you understand the direction is through failures. And so in losing, you win. And this goes on to the point where win or loss won't even matter to you. You will become like that retired legend who basically doesn't care about wins or losses anymore, but you haven't retired. And so every time you play the game, it's about not win or loss, it's about trying. It's about the volume of trials that you put out. This is very interesting quote which I read somewhere. If you were 10 failures away from your success and you knew it, how fast would you want to fail? And so adopting this mindset is all about it. It's all about predicting how many times you're gonna fail, and you can't really predict it very easily. It's not predictable at all. And this mindset is basically all about understanding that you're going to fail a limited amount of times before you succeed if you keep going directionally correct. And the only way to understand if you're directionally correct or not is through failures. And once you start playing for the game rather than the win or loss, there's higher chances of success than before. Look, the goal shifts from wins or losses to sheer volume. You won't feel bad by joining 50 different competitions per month. Okay, that's multiple competitions per day for a bunch of days, and you won't feel bad for that, because now it's not even about winning or losing. It's about getting as many pointers as possible which tell you if you are right or wrong. And the more pointers you get, the more chances of reiterating your performance you get. And you want to crave that because you want to get to the first place, and all these pointers weirdly guide you to wins instead of more losses. And so once the game is all about volume and trying to get as many pointers which tell you towards success, what happens is your probability of success mathematically increases as well. If you have 50 videos on YouTube, you have a much lower chance of blowing up on the algorithm than a person who has 5,000 videos. If you go to the gym for 5,000 days rather than 50 days, you have a much higher chance of being healthier, getting jacked. So understand this, if your goals shift from mere wins or losses to just playing for the game, just doing, you inevitably will succeed. A man who loves to walk will walk a further distance than a man who loves the destination. And this is a very, very amazing quote by Alex Hormozi, and I absolutely keep it with me all the time. If you are a person who loves the destination in the form of wins or losses, do I win, do I lose, you are just this autistic little idiot who is always calculating, oh no, I lost, oh no, I'm gonna feel sad, oh no, I need to take antidepressants. Shut up. What is wrong with you? In wins, it's a win. In losses, it's also a win because you get to learn. And this frame makes you indestructible.